Hello and very warm welcome to RAFLIMTS. This is Farooq Hussain. In this hands-on video tutorial, we will learn how we can download and install DSpace 7.4 Frontend on Ubuntu 22.04, that is current LTS. But before we move on, I would request you to please watch this video completely and carefully because we will also try to create the DSpace 7.4 front end installation guide. So let us start with this video. Prior to this video, we have also installed the DSpace 7.0 and DSpace 7.2, and now we are going to install the DSpace 7.4. So the very first thing that you need to do is to open your terminal. Let me open the text editor first and the terminal. You can use this application bar, or alternatively you can press Ctrl Alt T. Here, let me activate the admin mode by writing sudo su and the password of your system. Okay. The next thing that you need to do is to update and upgrade your system. What you need to do to update or upgrade your system, there's one command only: sudo apt-get in, not install, apt-get update, and you can add the upgrade with the same command: sudo apt-get upgrade. Now, if you want to see the size of the file or the disk requirement for upgrade process, so you can press enter right now. If you don't want to see the size or the disk requirement, you just say yes here, Y for yes, and press enter. And it will take few time. Maybe my system is already updated and upgraded, so let's move on. Now, the next thing that you need to do is to you need to install the node.js at step 1. At step 2, we need to install the yarn, and the step 3 is to install the DSpace front end Angular, and step 5, we need to start it. I'll show you how we can connect front end with backend. So in one of the last video, I had made a detailed guide. So let me brief that for you. So let me open that guide to reduce the chances of error. And there. So there we are. Okay, great. Now see, at step 1, update and upgrade. The step 2, install Node, JavaScript programming for runtime error, runtime programming for front end. Okay, it's JavaScript actually, and through NVM. NVM is not version manager. Okay, there, the very first thing you need to do is to check the current release of NVM using this website. And let me open browser here. Okay. I hope you can see this. Uh-huh. Okay, and now. So the current version is 0.39.2. Okay, wait. And now we need to install through the curl, and the web address or the website address is this. But before we move on, we need to install the curl as well. Apt-get install curl. Sudo apt-get install curl. I actually use sudo, but it's not essential when you are in as a root. So, but my I actually use root. So we have now curl, and we will install the NVM current version, that is 0.39.2 there. As done. Add the sources. Now we need to check the stable version of Node here. Not sources. So we need to have the list. NVM list dash remote. Okay, the latest version of Node is 18.12.1. But I would prefer to go with this 16.19.0 because it's not this version is not compatible with the Ubuntu 22.04. So let us try with 16.19.0. Okay. And simple, we need to write the installation command here. NVM install version 16.19. I guess it's all 0, but let us confirm. Okay. So you can copy this there on terminal we need to paste it. Okay, we can clear this first. Paste here. Okay, downloading and installing Node version 16.19.0, and it will take more or less time depend on the speed of your internet, since it's Saturday night, so maybe it will take long. Now it has done, and we are at version 16.19.0, and we have completed the step 1. That step 2 actually, at step 1 we have to update and upgrade, and then we need to work on the node.js or the node installation. Simple, you can say node installation through nvm. And after doing this, at step 3, you need to install yarn. Yarn is another dependency to install the project, I mean DSpace Frontend. So we can have this through the curl. See, let me try to explain this if I can. Step 3. Curl is one of the utility through which we can get the packages of yarn Debian packages on Ubuntu system through using this command. Here, let me copy this here or move on. Okay, this is about to add the source key, but before we need to install, we need to add the Debian repository of yarn here. So we need this command first. Okay, here, this one, and this command actually add the stable version repository of the yarn in the Ubuntu system, and then we will add the source key. So let us use this command first instead of using this one. Okay, now it has added, and then source key. Okay, and now this is time to install the yarn, update our system, and then install the yarn. So this command will do both. Let's copy, not here. Okay, so we'll say sudo apt-get update, and sudo apt-get install. Yeah. And now you will see it will ask me the size of the file and yes or no, and there you can see if you add the y here, that in that case it may not ask. Now the size and the additional disk required to install this. Okay. So we can check the version of yarn. If it is not a current stable one, then we need to use this command. Okay. It's 1.22.19. You can check the internet for the current stable version of Yarn. Uh, 1.22.19. So we have installed the current version or the stable version, and now we have completed the step 2, I mean the step 3, and then we need to install the DSpace front end. Okay. Uh, to download and install the DSpace 7.4 front end, we need to visit the DSpace website for the correct URL, and there you can write DSpace library current version, and yes, the very first link is of DSpace, and in downloads you can see the DSpace 7.4 backend is the current download, and DSpace 7.4 user interface, that is actually the Angular that we need to download. And we can click here to have the source codes, I mean the source release there. And we need, since we are using the Ubuntu system or the Linux system, so we need to have this zip file called star.pz. There we go. And this zip is actually used in Windows, so we will copy this and let us match here. Okay, it's completely same. Now install DSpace 7 front end. This is the step 4. Step 3 actually, if we skip this. Okay, anyhow. Step 4. And there we need to paste this. Say okay, and now it's getting the package. Okay, there we are. The next thing is to extract, unextract. Okay. So we use this command. For 7.4. It has done. And what we need to do, we need to move this, I mean, we need to change the name of the folder. Quite simple. The current name is DSpace Angular DSpace 7.4. Instead of this name, we will move this to DSpace 7 Angular. So we use move command mv, and here we are. So now the folder name has changed. Okay, now we need to install the yarn. In this directory, by directory we mean the folder, and we use cd is to reach the directory. So now we are enter in this folder, and there we are going to run the yarn. Okay. Okay. Okay, it might take long time or maybe short time, depend on the speed of your internet. So I'll just pause my video here and I'll just come back when it may complete, and I'll show you what happened. Okay, now let us see what happened. So let me log in here. Okay, it has done, and don't worry about the warnings. We have installed. Okay. After the yarn installation, we have to connect the front end with the back end, but there's no back end right now. So let us skip this. Okay. In fact, we need to skip this. And now we need to configure for DSpace account, and we need to move. This is the last step actually. Step number 5. Configure DSpace user and directory. And and we need to start. Okay, so we can say it's maybe the last step, step number 6, not these two. In OPT directory, OPT is one of the folder. First we need to move the uh, DSpace Angular folder into OPT folder, and then we need to start the yarn. Now at this step, I mean at this stage, we have installed the yarn, and here are we missing something? I think here we are. So at this stage, we have installed the yarn, and then we need to, at the final stage, we need to start the yarn, I mean the Angular. So this is okay. Now let us work on the stage step number 6 here, and let us move 5 and 6. So let us create the DSpace user first. Failure. Copy paste is quite difficult here. Copy and paste. And we can change the password, or if we want to change, we can update the password here. Okay. This directory at this time is not so important, but yes, it is important when we install the backend. And assign the permission to this directory. Okay, now at the step 6, we need to copy DSpace Angular folder to OPT folder. See, we are moving this folder, this folder DSpace 7 Angular to OPT directory. Okay, say no directory. Okay, no problem. Let's see. uh, 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 uh. Okay, we are already in this directory. Okay, DSpace 7 OPT directory. So we need to exit from this directory, and then we need to become the root. Now we are as root, we are root, and we are actually in this directory, this one. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we are copy this folder to this directory, moving this folder. So it might take long, but not as much. So we can wait here. Hmm. Okay, now let's see. Okay, it has copy, and now sign the permission. Mhm. And let us enter in this directory. And finally, we need to start yarn. That will connect us to the proxy. I mean, it will create the proxy and the production environment. So initially, right now we do not have any backend installed. So we are going to connect with the default demo site. So I'll show you how we actually configure when we install the backend. So we need to configure one more file for the backend support. Okay, right now let us start the front end. I mean the Yarn or the Angular. So let me enter here, and it will take a very long time. So I need to again pause my video and come back when it may complete. Okay, I'm back. So let us see what happened. Let us log in here. Okay, it has done. Now the proxy has created, and this is the production environment where we have the backend on this address and the front end on this address. So we locally install the front end and the backend is here. As far as the connection, so the connection or the connecting with front end and backend is on this file. See this one in OPT directory, DSpace 7 Angular directory, and then config and config. We have this file config.yml. So now it's time to open the local host. I mean the Angular for the very first time, with that is connected with the uh, this side. It's actually the demo site of backend. So let us open this. I want to show you one thing when we actually start the web browser, and you will see something here. Let me open web browser. Okay, we should wait here. Yes, Firefox need to start. Okay, restart. That's why. Okay. And suppose if you might fail to start Yarn, what you need to do, you need to apply the same thing again and again and again. So instead of writing localhost, let us write the address of the localhost, that is 127.0.0.1, and the port, and you will see some changes here. As soon as we open this uh, DSpace front end, you will see it start working. See, Now it's ready to work. And this, okay, there's something 500. Let's see what it is. Let me zoom here. The server is temporarily unavailable to service your request due to the maintenance downtime and the capacity problem. Okay, so this is actually the downtime, and the backend is actually right now is not available. So that's not a problem or the thing that you worried about. It's something like maintenance activity, and the special thing is we are connected with the backend, and we have completed the front end installation. So now let us open this file, and I'll show you where you actually work on your connection. Okay, I forgot to write this correct password. Oh, sorry. You need to edit this file. It's sudo gedit. Gedit is the default editor. And see this file. What you need to do here, you need to write the SSL that is true right now. I mean, we are on a production server. If we are using a local host server, I mean locally installed backend server, so we will write the false, and then the address of the local host server, and then the port and the name of the server. So we need to change all these things when we install the uh, backend. To connect our backend with the front end, we need to configure this file. This file name is config.yml. So remember to configure this file. And right now I am not saving this. I just close without saving. Now let me exit here, and my server is running on this terminal and it will remain run. Okay. But it's not connected right now because the maintenance downtime. Okay. And yes, let me complete this. Open localhost. And then configure. This is not the step actually, and we can say let us cover here. And you need to configure YML file, that is here. What we said in the last, connect front end to back end. And here. That's all. Let me save this. So thank you very much for watching RAFLIMTS. This is Swarup Hossain, and we have successfully installed the DSpace 7.4 front end on Ubuntu 22.04, and that is current LTS. And we have created this guide. So if you need this guide, so you can have this guide. But what you need to do, you need to subscribe the channel, You need to like this video, you need to share this video, and you need to share your email address in the comment section of this video. So thank you very much for watching RAFLIMTS. This is Farooq Hussain. Keep watching and take care of yourself. And yes, one more thing. This guide is only for personal use. For commercial or organizational use, please write to me on my email address. And keep watching RAFLIMTS. Thank you.